This is going to kill people. I need you to understand that before we go any further. -6 degrees in Bemidji, Minnesota. -3 in International Falls. -2 in Grand Forks. These are not numbers you see on a weather map in February. These are numbers that kill. Frostbite in 10 minutes. Car batteries that refuse to start. Pipes that explode inside walls, and 170 million people are in the path of what is about to become the most dangerous cold outbreak we have seen in years. If you are watching this from anywhere east of the Rockies, the next 20 minutes could save your life or the life of someone you love. I am deadly serious about that. Before I show you the maps, before I walk you through the city-by-city breakdown, I need something from you immediately. Comment your exact location right now, city and state. Do not wait until the end of the video. Do it now while I have your attention, because tonight I am building a personalized update for every region, and if your city is not in the comments, you are going to miss critical information that could affect you tomorrow morning. Pause this video, comment your location, then hit play, and I am going to show you something that is going to shock you. You are back. Good. Here is what nobody else is telling you about this cold outbreak. Minneapolis, 20 degrees, 18 below normal. That sounds bad until you realize Friday morning Minneapolis could hit -10 with wind chills of -35. Chicago, 26 degrees right now with light snow. Friday morning, single digits with dangerous wind chills. Detroit, 23 with ice fog so thick you cannot see 50 feet in front of your car. Boston, 29 degrees, which is about to feel tropical compared to what is coming. Miami dropped to 51 degrees overnight. Let me say that again. Miami, Florida, 51 degrees. The tropics are freezing. Atlanta, 40 degrees, 12 below normal. This is not regional. This is continental. And the worst part, the part that keeps me up at night, is that we have not even seen the coldest air yet. That arrives Friday. From Brownsville, Texas, where temperatures have crashed into the 60s, all the way to International Falls, where we are approaching negative numbers, this cold outbreak covers more geography than any system I have tracked this winter. 170 million people under below average temperatures. The entire state of Florida under freeze warnings. Wind chills in the 20s in Tampa. Ice fog paralyzing the Great Lakes, snow bands rotating through the Midwest, and we still have tens of thousands of people without power in Tennessee and Mississippi from an ice storm 2 weeks ago who are now facing life-threatening cold without heat in their homes. This is not a weather event. This is a humanitarian crisis developing in real time. Here is why this is different and why you need to pay attention even if you live somewhere that gets cold every winter. We have what is called a blocking pattern. The jet stream, that river of air 18,000 feet above us, has developed a massive kink over the eastern United States. Imagine a garden hose with a kink in it. Water backs up behind the kink. That is what is happening with Arctic air right now. It is funneling straight down from northern Canada through the Great Lakes, through the Midwest, down into the south, and it has nowhere to go because there is a huge area of high pressure over the western states blocking any eastward movement. This pattern has been locked for weeks, and it is about to lock even harder. Both the European model and the American GFS model, which almost never agree on anything, are showing the exact same thing. This pattern intensifies through Friday, February 7th. Not weakens, intensifies. The coldest air of this entire winter is arriving in 3 to 4 days, and it is going to park itself over the eastern 2/3 of the country for at least 48 hours. After Friday, after we get through that extreme cold, only then do we start to see this pattern break apart. But what comes after this cold is something you are absolutely not prepared for, and I am going to explain that in detail in a few minutes. For now, you need to understand that Friday, February 7th is the day you need marked on your calendar. That is when this goes from uncomfortable to dangerous. I promised you detailed city information, and we are at the 5-minute mark, so let me deliver on that promise. I am not going to read you a boring list. Every city has a different story, a different timeline, a different threat level. So let me walk you through this the way a forecaster actually thinks about these situations. Kansas City, your threat starts tonight. Clear and 39 degrees right now feels almost pleasant compared to what is north of you. But around midnight tonight into early Tuesday morning, a band of snow develops out of nowhere. This is not a blizzard, this is not a major winter storm, but it is going to drop a coating to an inch of snow right during Tuesday morning rush hour between 7 and 9 a.m. Bridges ice up first. Overpasses become skating rinks. This is the kind of system that causes 50-car pileups because nobody is expecting it. Be ready. Tuesday morning, Chicago, you are already in it. 26 degrees, light snow falling, and this is just the appetizer. Lake effect snow rotates through the city all day Tuesday. Some neighborhoods see 2 inches, others see a dusting. It all depends on which band sets up over you. But forget about Tuesday as snow. Your real problem is Friday morning. We are talking single digits. We are talking wind chills that could hit -20. This is the coldest air Chicago has seen in over 2 years. If you have elderly neighbors, check on them Thursday night. If you have pipes in exterior walls, let faucets drip Thursday night. This is not optional. Milwaukee and Green Bay, you are in the absolute bullseye of Friday's Arctic blast. 16 to 19 degrees right now with clear skies. Friday morning, we could be looking at temperatures below zero, possibly -5 to -10 in some areas, with wind chills reaching -25 to -35. I need you to understand what that means. At -30 wind chill, exposed skin freezes in 10 minutes. Not frostbite, freeze, tissue damage, hospital visit. If you work outdoors, if you have to be outside Friday morning, you need a plan. Full face coverage, layers, limit exposure to 15-minute intervals maximum. Detroit, you have got a compounding problem. Ice fog this morning is already making I-75 and I-96 dangerous. Visibility drops to 0 in seconds when you hit a fog bank. That continues through Tuesday. Then you get a brief window of clear weather Wednesday. Then Friday morning, boom, single digits with wind chills below 0. And here is what makes your situation unique. You are downwind of Lake Erie. When winds shift to the west and northwest Wednesday night, lake effect snow bands set up right over Metro Detroit. This could add another 2 to 4 inches of snow on top of everything else. You are getting hit from multiple directions. Indianapolis, overcast and 29 degrees. You are about to get that same sneaky Tuesday morning snow that Kansas City gets. It develops around 7 a.m. Tuesday, right as people are getting on the roads. Maybe an inch across the metro area. Roads get slippery fast. The snow clears by Tuesday afternoon, but temperatures never recover. Each day gets progressively colder through Friday when you could wake up to single digits. Louisville, Cincinnati, and the entire I-64 corridor from Louisville east to Charleston, West Virginia, listen carefully. Tuesday afternoon around 3 p.m., a band of heavy snow develops along this interstate. This is not widespread snow. This is a narrow band of heavy snow that could drop 1 to 2 inches in 2 hours during evening rush hour. If you commute on I-64 Tuesday evening, you need to leave work early or wait until after 7 p.m. This is going to create accidents. This is going to create traffic nightmares. You have been warned. Columbus, Ohio, overcast and 24 degrees. You are on the edge of that Tuesday snow band, so you might just see flurries. Your main story is Friday's cold. Single digits possible with dangerous wind chills. But what concerns me more for Columbus is next week. I am going to get to that in a minute. Cleveland, Akron, Youngstown, lake effect snow, you are about to get absolutely buried in it. 20 to 22 degrees right now with light snow and overcast skies. That is nothing. Wednesday night into Thursday, winds go west to northwest straight across Lake Erie, classic lake effect setup. The models are showing 12 to 24 inches of snow possible in the traditional snow belt areas south and east of Cleveland through Thursday. This is not over one night. This is a 36 to 48-hour lake effect event that just keeps hammering the same areas over and over. Buffalo and western New York, same story but worse. 15 degrees right now. Wednesday night through Friday, lake effect snow off Lake Erie could dump 1 to 2 feet in the snow belt. And because you are getting hit with back-to-back lake effect events, some locations could see closer to 30 inches by the time this is done Friday night. If you live in the snow belt, you know the drill. Clear your roof between bands. Do not let snow accumulate to dangerous levels. Boston, Providence, Hartford, southern New England, you are running cold at 26 to 29 degrees with clear skies. You stay mainly dry through Tuesday, but Wednesday is when your snow arrives. A coastal storm develops, and right now it looks like it brushes the coast Wednesday into Wednesday night. If this storm tracks 100 miles farther west, you get heavy rain. If it tracks 50 miles east, you miss most of it. Right now, the most likely scenario is 3 to 6 inches of snow for the I-95 corridor. But this forecast has a wide margin of error. I will have much better data tomorrow morning after tonight's model runs. What I know for certain is Friday morning you are waking up to dangerous cold. Single digits inland, teens along the coast, wind chills near or below zero. Portland, Maine, Bangor, northern New England, same Wednesday coastal storm, same track uncertainty, but you are running even colder. 20 to 27 degrees this morning. Friday morning could bring temperatures below zero inland with wind chills of -20 to -30. This is dangerous even for northern New England standards. New York City, 29 to 32 degrees overnight. The Tuesday snow misses you to the north and west. Wednesday's coastal storm could bring 2 to 4 inches if the track is right, but that is still uncertain. What is certain is Friday's brutal cold. Lows in the teens, highs struggling to reach the low 20s, wind chills near zero. The subway stays warm, but if you are walking to work Friday morning, bundle up. Philadelphia, 25 to 29 degrees. Similar story to New York. Tuesday, snow mainly misses you. Wednesday, coastal storm could bring 2 to 4 inches. Friday morning, lows in the teens with dangerous wind chills. Protect pipes, Wednesday night through Friday night. Baltimore and Washington, D.C., 24 to 30 degrees with passing clouds. You are far enough south that both the Tuesday and Wednesday snow events probably stay north of you. Baltimore might see an inch from Wednesday's system, but D.C. probably stays mainly dry. The cold is your headline. Friday morning lows in the upper teens, which is extremely cold for the nation as capital. Homeless shelters need to be open. People sleeping rough need to get indoors. Richmond, Norfolk, Virginia Beach, 21 to 29 degrees with clear skies. Snow is not your concern. Cold is. Friday morning lows around 20 degrees, which is dangerously cold for the Virginia coast where infrastructure is not built for this. Wrap outdoor pipes, protect outdoor faucets, bring pets inside. Raleigh, Charlotte, Greensboro, the North Carolina Piedmont, 30 to 35 degrees. You stay on the southern edge of the snow. You do not stay on the southern edge of the cold. Friday morning lows in the low 20s. Tens of thousands of you are still without power from the ice storm. If you do not have heat and you do not have family or friends to stay with, find a warming shelter now. Do not wait until Friday. Charleston, Savannah, the South Carolina and Georgia coast, 34 to 39 degrees. You are far enough south to avoid snow but not cold. Friday morning lows in the upper 20s to low 30s, which is cold enough to damage plants and bus pipes if you are not prepared. Atlanta, 40 degrees and clear. You have been cold, but Friday takes it to another level. Upper 20s in the city, low 20s in the northern suburbs. If you are still without power from the ice storm, this is a crisis situation. Seek shelter. Nashville, Knoxville, Chattanooga, Memphis, the entire state of Tennessee, 28 to 43 degrees. You are between systems, which means you stay mainly dry, but temperatures drop daily. Friday morning, the entire state is in the 20s. This is extremely dangerous for the thousands still without power. Tennessee Emergency Management needs to have warming shelters at maximum capacity. Birmingham, Montgomery, Mobile, northern Alabama, and the Gulf Coast, 41 to 46 degrees. Friday morning lows in the upper 20s to low 30s. Protect citrus, protect pipes, protect people. New Orleans and the Louisiana coast, 48 to 53 degrees. You are the warm spot, but even you drop to the upper 30s to low 40s by Friday. That is cold enough for damage. Jacksonville, Orlando, Tampa, all of Florida, this is historic cold for you. 32 to 51 degrees right now, depending on location. Freeze warnings cover the entire peninsula. Friday morning, Central Florida could see upper 30s again. North Florida could hit freezing. Citrus growers, you know this is serious. Protect your crops. Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Miami, you hit 51 degrees overnight. That is the coldest you have been in over 2 years. This is not normal, even for a cold outbreak. Something is very wrong with the pattern when Miami is freezing. Now, I am going to shift to the Midwest because this is where people are going to die if they are not prepared. Minneapolis and St. Paul, 20 degrees right now with passing clouds. You have been cold before. This is different. Friday morning, we are looking at lows potentially reaching -10 degrees with wind chills of -30 to -40. Saturday morning could be even worse. -15 possible with wind chills approaching -50. At -50, wind chill, exposed skin freezes in 5 minutes. You cannot be outside. You physically cannot survive extended exposure. If your car breaks down on a highway Friday night, You are in a life-threatening situation within minutes. You need a winter survival kit in every vehicle. Blankets, food, water, flashlight, phone charger, hand warmers. This is not a suggestion. Fargo, Grand Forks, Bemidji, northern Minnesota, and North Dakota, you are already in extreme cold. 2 degrees in Fargo, -2 in Grand Forks, -6 in Bemidji this morning. Friday morning lows of -10 to -20 with wind chills of -40 to -55. Saturday morning potentially colder. This is deadly cold. This is the kind of cold where schools close, businesses shut down, mail delivery stops. If you have to work outdoors, talk to your employer about delaying until temperatures moderate. Your life is worth more than any job. Sioux Falls, Sioux City, the Dakotas and Iowa border, 18 to 35 degrees tonight. Friday morning near 0 or below 0. Saturday morning potentially -5 to -10 with dangerous wind chills. Farmers, ranchers, if you have livestock, they need shelter and water. Water troughs freeze solid in this cold. Omaha, Lincoln, Des Moines, Cedar Rapids, the entire I-80 corridor, 19 to 36 degrees tonight. The cold arrives in stages, each day a little colder. Friday morning lows around 0 to 5 above with wind chills well below 0. This is the coldest air Nebraska and Iowa have seen this winter. Madison, Green Bay, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, we already covered your Friday nightmare. Below 0 temperatures, -25 to -35 wind chills, dangerous lake effect snow. Wisconsin, you are in the bullseye. Friday and Saturday are stay-home days if at all possible. St. Louis, Springfield, Missouri, 33 to 41 degrees. Tuesday, you catch some snow on the southern edge of that system. Maybe a coating to half an inch. Then daily temperature drops through Friday. Friday morning, lows in the low to mid-teens. Coldest reading of the season. Protect pipes Thursday night. Kansas City, we covered your Tuesday snow. After that clears, the cold just pours in. Friday morning, single digits to low teens possible with dangerous wind chills. Wichita, Tulsa, Oklahoma City, the Southern Plains. 39 to 58 degrees tonight. You stay warmer than the north, but still well below normal. Friday morning, lows in the 20s to low 30s. For Oklahoma, that is cold. Protect plants and pipes. Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, San Antonio, Austin, all of Texas. This is where the forecast gets very interesting, and this is where I need you to pay very close attention. Right now, you are mild. 59 to 69 degrees depending on location. Wednesday night, a strong cold front crashes through the state. Thursday morning, temperatures drop into the 30s and 40s. That cold snap is brief. By this weekend, you start to moderate. But here is what I am seeing in the long-range models that has me concerned. Between February 14th and February 21st, there is a significant signal for severe weather across Texas and the South. I am talking tornadoes. I am talking damaging winds. I am talking large hail. Now let me be very clear. This is 10 to 17 days away. I cannot give you specifics, but both major models are showing a similar pattern which tells me something is brewing. And this is where everything I have been telling you comes together. We have this locked cold pattern that finally breaks down around February 8th or 9th. When it breaks, the jet stream starts behaving normally again. It starts moving weather systems west to east. The problem is, after being locked in extreme cold for so long, the atmosphere overcorrects. It swings hard toward warmth. Warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico starts surging northward. When that warm, moist, unstable air collides with colder air still lingering across the northern states, that is when you get severe weather. That is when you get tornadoes in February. The area I am most concerned about right now stretches from Nashville southwest to Oklahoma City, southeast from Dallas to Shreveport to Houston, and south through San Antonio and Austin. That entire region from the Ozarks through the south into Texas needs to be watching the February 14th through 21st time period very closely. Again, this is not a guarantee. This is a pattern signal, but it is a strong enough signal that I am bringing it to your attention now so you have time to prepare. And here is what makes this particularly dangerous. If you are in Tennessee, Mississippi, Arkansas, areas that still have thousands of people without power from the ice storm, and then you get hit with severe thunderstorms potentially producing tornadoes, that is a nightmare scenario. Communities that are already damaged and vulnerable getting hit again. This is why I track long-range patterns. This is why I am telling you about this now, even though it is weeks away. You need time to prepare. Let me talk about what you need to do in the next 72 hours to survive this cold outbreak. If you are in the upper Midwest, Minnesota, Wisconsin, the Dakotas, where we are talking about sub-zero temperatures and life-threatening wind chills, you need to limit outdoor exposure to absolute emergencies only Friday and Saturday. If you have to be outside, full coverage. Hat, scarf, face mask, insulated gloves, layers of clothing. Frostbite happens in minutes at these temperatures. Check your heating system now. Make sure it is working properly. If your furnace fails Friday night, you are in a dangerous situation very quickly. Know where your circuit breakers are. Know how to shut off water if a pipe bursts. Have flashlights and batteries in case of power outages. Protect your pipes. If you have pipes in exterior walls, in crawl spaces, in attics, they are at risk. Let faucets drip overnight Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. A slow, steady drip keeps water moving and prevents freezing. Open cabinet doors under sinks to allow warm air to circulate around pipes. If you have outdoor faucets, disconnect hoses and cover the faucets if possible. Check on vulnerable people, elderly neighbors living alone, people with disabilities, people who might have heating problems. Friday morning, when it is -10 with -40 wind chills, that is not the time to discover your neighbor's furnace failed overnight. Check Thursday. Make sure everyone has a plan. If you are driving, keep your gas tank at least half full. Fuel lines can freeze when tanks run low in extreme cold. Keep an emergency kit in your vehicle. Blankets, water, snacks, first aid kit, flashlight, phone charger, ice scraper, small shovel. If you break down, you need to be able to survive until help arrives. For those in the South not accustomed to cold like this, bring pets indoors. Dogs and cats cannot survive overnight in 20s and 30s without shelter. Cover sensitive plants. Bring potted plants inside. If you have a pool, run the pump to keep water circulating. Citrus growers in Florida, run irrigation, use wind machines, do whatever you normally do for freeze protection. The 8 to 14-day outlook from the Climate Prediction Center shows below-average temperatures from Miami to Quebec continuing through mid-February. But it also shows above-average temperatures developing across Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska after this weekend. That warm-up is coming. That warm-up sets the stage for the severe weather potential I mentioned. I want to be honest with you about the uncertainties in this forecast. Wednesday's coastal system for the Northeast could track 50 miles either direction and completely change who gets snow versus rain. I will have better model data tomorrow. Friday's Arctic outbreak could be slightly colder or slightly warmer than currently forecast. The difference between -8 and -12 might not sound like much, but it matters for things like school closures and emergency declarations. The severe weather potential for mid to late February is just that, potential. 10 to 17 days is beyond the reliable forecast range. I am tracking it because the pattern supports it, but it could change or fall apart entirely. What I know with absolute certainty is this. The cold is real. It is here now. It intensifies through Friday. It is life-threatening for the upper Midwest. It is dangerous for the entire eastern two-thirds of the country. People are going to get hurt if they are not prepared. Pipes are going to burst. Cars are going to fail to start. Power outages are possible. This is serious. Tomorrow morning, I will have updated model data, refined snowfall totals for the Northeast, better temperature data for Friday's cold outbreak, preliminary details on that severe weather setup. And if anything major changes overnight, I will be live earlier than 8 a.m. Eastern with breaking information. You need to subscribe if you have not already. You need notifications turned on. This is a rapidly evolving, dangerous weather situation. 24 hours from now, we will have much better data, but you need to see that data. You need tomorrow's update. By Tuesday night, if you are in snow zones, be prepared. By Wednesday night, if you are in extreme cold zones, be prepared. Do not wait. Do not assume it will not be as bad as forecast. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best. Drop your city in the comments again. Let me know what you are seeing. Let me know your concerns. I read every comment, and your observations help me understand ground truth versus model forecasts. I am not trying to scare you. I am trying to prepare you. There is a difference. Fear without information is panic. Information without fear is preparation. I am giving you information so you can prepare. That is my job. That is what I do. 8 a.m. Eastern tomorrow morning. Critical updates, new model data, refined forecasts. Do not miss it. Stay safe, stay warm, check on your neighbors, and I will see you tomorrow.